Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever I find you. Today, we're going to talk about manifesting generators. And that is because I had a client a few days ago, a manifesting generator, who was really, really frustrated by the sheer number of resources that suggest that manifesting generators are essentially just another kind of generator. Now, there's a lot of things that I can say on this, but what I want to start with is I want to let you know who this video is going to be most helpful for. Obviously, if you are a manifesting generator and you have been feeling at all like, oh my God, nobody understands me, why do you keep just lumping us together with generators? Then this video is specifically for you, my dear. And if you are somebody who has a manifesting generator that you are trying to better understand or better support, so if you are another human design type who has manifesting generator clients, I absolutely want you to watch this. Because manifesting generators make up something like 32% of the population, if you're another human design type, you are absolutely going to have a parent or a sibling or a child or a friend or a neighbor or a lover who is a manifesting generator. So let's get clear on some of the differences between manifesting generators and generators. Now, what I do need to do is address the fact that anyone who is traditionally trained through the International Human Design School, or specifically through Ra's teachings, who have stuck to what he taught many, many years ago in the 1990s when he created type. Type was not in the original download. It was Ra's way of simplifying this very complicated system. And it's very good that he, in my opinion, that he did, because it gave us a surface level way to communicate with each other. Thanks for the thumbs up in the chat and letting me know you can hear that video and audio. That's great. Thank you. And what happened there's a plus and a minus. There's a plus to that in that it simplified it, and I really think that allowed us to have allow human design to spread across the globe like wildfire in a positive way, and it gives us a really simple, tangible way to like stick our toes in the water. The problem with that is that taking the number at the time, 6 or 7 billion people, now 8 to 9 billion people, and splitting us into just 5 groups is going to have its limitations. So there are some people who stick very closely to those categories that Ra came up with in the 90s that put manifesting generators and generators together. Now, there are many, many, many teachers now, myself included, who see manifesting generators as a separate type, and that's because you guys are quite different to generators. Again, these are arbitrary ways that we are splitting the population. And what I like to think about when we're splitting the population is how useful is it? How empowering is it? There is no technical right or wrong in this. There is just a way to explain the mechanics of your energy field or your aura and help you feel good about yourself and understand how you're wired to do life. So let's talk about, first we need to be really, really clear on the definition of manifesting generator. What makes you a manifesting generator is that you have one of the 4 motor centers that are down in the bottom of the chart connected either directly or indirectly to the throat. That means you must have at least one motor center, and if you only had one, it would have to be the sacral, defined, and it has to somehow allow that definition through defined channels to get to a defined throat. So we call it a motor to throat connection. So you must have a motor to throat connection and you must have a defined sacral to make you a manifesting generator. So the defined sacral makes you like the generators, like the generator type. And the motor to throat connection is what makes you like the manifestor, which is where you get the word manifesting in front of the word generator. So defined sacral and motor to throat connection. What this means in real life for you is that you are, if I could give you a new name instead of manifesting generator, I would call you a generator with manifestor aspects, which is nowhere near as like neat and tidy, but it points more to who you really are, right? So For you to operate really well in the world, and this is what I was sharing with this client the other day, because she was really like, we were talking about the not self themes and the signatures of each of the human design types, and she was resonating more. And if you're unfamiliar with these terms, you can have a dig around on the website. If I remember, I'll put a link up here to not self themes and signatures. But basically, they're the like so-called positive and so-called negative. I say so-called because, there's no positive or negative. There's just emotions. There's just emotions that feel good and emotions that feel bad. But she was resonating more with the not self theme and the signature of the manifester, and almost kind of wanting to dismiss or like step away from the generator side of her. And I'm like, no, babe, you need both. So let's talk about these. And then I want to also come back to strategy. Let's do strategy first because that makes more sense. So the strategy for the generator is to respond to opportunities as they come to you. So as a manifesting generator, you need to wait for opportunities to come to you, or for life to bring you things for you to respond to. That's how your process starts. And it's really important that you understand this, because the part of you that is like the manifester comes after the part of you. You need the generator part of the process first. And then once your sacral says yes, or your inner authority, so sacral and waiting some time if you're an emotional manifesting generator, then what is going to happen if your gut says yes, then it's time for you to go and create. And then it's time for you to borrow part of the manifester strategy, which is to inform. So you're going to inform people, get the heck out of my way. You're probably not going to say it that way, but internally, that's what you want. You want people to get out of your way, just like the manifester wants, so that you can go and create in peace without being disturbed, without being interrupted. Thank you very much, right? So generate a strategy of waiting to respond, trusting your inner authority, and if it's a yes, then informing people who your actions will impact, so that they can either get on board with your big vision, or they can get out of the way and let you create. Now, the not self theme is the emotional experience that each human design type has in order, and I'm pausing to just make sure I say this as clearly and correctly as possible. See me searching for my words in my mind up here. The not self theme for each human design type is the thing that helps us know if we are not operating correctly according to type. Now, because as a manifesting generator, you are like this hybrid, or this fusion of the generator and the manifester, you get both. So the not self theme of the generator is frustration, which means if you are trying to make things happen instead of waiting to respond, and things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like because you don't feel grounded and safe and happy and in the knowing that things will come to you, you are going to feel frustrated, just like the generator. And that is your reminder to stop trying to make things happen and instead wait for the next thing to come to you. And because telling a manifesting generator to sit still and wait is infuriating for you guys, go and put your energy into the other projects and the other things that are requiring and asking for your information that feel juicy and exciting to you while you wait for the other things to come in. Okay? So that is the not self theme of the generator. Now, the not self theme of the manifester that tells the manifester when they are not on track is anger. Now, as a manifesting generator, you will experience anger, and you can talk to me in the comments if you want to share your experiences here. But yes, there will be some, it can be really hard to tease apart frustration and anger. They feel very, very similar, right? But there's a bit more restlessness, static to the frustration. Anger feels like more like this power that wants to come out, right? As a manifesting generator, when you've had something, an opportunity to respond to, and then you've gone and taken action to create or build or do the thing, if somebody interrupts you, you are naturally going to get angry, just like the manifestor does. Because the manifestor and the manifesting generator, when you are creating, you don't want people to interrupt because you have so much power. I often talk about, you guys, this manifesting aspect for the manifesting generator and the manifestor, like you've got a steam train. And when it gets up to full speed, it's really hard for you to like suddenly put on the brakes, and it feels really bad in your body. This is what I have observed of manifesting generators and manifestors. It feels really bad, and I can hear it from my clients, and I can hear it from these people in my personal life. So that's how the not self themes of those two come together for you. It's really important as a manifesting generator to understand that you have both parts, and to not disown or dismiss one side, but to recognize that you have both. Now let's look at the signature. The signature is the positive feeling emotion that you experience when you're doing life right for you. You're doing it the right way. It's all working smoothly and beautifully, exactly the way that you are designed to have it happen. The generator part of you will feel satisfaction when you are doing the right work for you. That defined sacral that makes you a generator type, that part of your design is here to do work, to build, to make, to create things that feel really good to you. I know when I watch a generator or a manifesting generator who is in their 70s or 80s, who is still working, they have found their work that lights them up, and they will do it till the day that they die. Just watch people who are in their 80s, public figures, who are still working, who are still teaching or doing or building or whatever their thing is. And you're like, why wouldn't they retire? A generator or a manifesting generator who has found what their sacral says, this is my work, this feels good. Why the fuck would you stop doing that? You won't. You'll do it until your dying days. And that's the whole point, is to find the work that feels so satisfying, you would do it for free. And that is the most valuable thing that you can do. And people will actually pay you lots of money to do that thing. That's where your greatest potential is in that respect. So you are designed to feel deeply satisfied. And I know when I have met a generator or a manifesting generator, if we're looking at this defined sacral part, this generator part of you, I know how healthy they are immediately the moment I ask them about their work. And if their face lights up and their body lights up and they can't wait to tell me all about their work and they tell me they love it, I'm like, we have a very good foundation for a very healthy generator or manifesting generator. However, if they don't like their work, this is a train that needs redirecting. Yeah. So if you are feeling really satisfied with your work as a manifesting generator, you're doing that bit right. Yay! That's great news. Now we need to look at the manifestor part of you, right? The manifesting part, signature. So the manifestor signature, that positive feeling emotion, is peace. And what manifestors want, and I am delighted when I see a peaceful manifestor, it's beautiful. You want to create in peace. You want to just take this thing that you have, this urge to create. And if we bring it back to you as a manifesting generator, it means that you have responded to something and it's time for you to build, create, make, do, whatever the thing is. The thing could be having sex. It doesn't matter what the thing is, right? But it's something that you're putting your life force energy into. It could be like yes to raising children, yes to making an art project, yes to saying to working at that job or building that new company. Whatever the thing is, you need to borrow the strategy of the manifestor and inform people. And you're only going to inform them of either one of two things. Either you don't want their help. It's something that you're going to do on your own. And this is going to be the case most of the time is you're going to be wanting to create that thing, and you want people to get out of your way and leave you alone so you can create in peace. When you get to pour all your life force energy into this thing and express yourself creatively, it feels magnificent. You are going to feel alive and full of juice and really peaceful to be able to just let the steam train run its course until it runs out of juice, right? And the other thing that you might have to inform is if your vision of what you want to create is so big that you need the support of other people, then it will be informing other people about what the vision is and how you would like them to get involved and how you would like them to help. Yeah. So I hope that has highlighted some of the differences between the generator and the manifesting generator. In short, you are a combination of these two types, the generator and the manifester. And you need to borrow parts of the generator process, or rather the whole generator process, and then also some of the aspects learning from the manifestor process and put them together, because you, my dear, are a powerhouse. You have so much potential, so much light, so much power. There is a lot of difference between different manifesting generators. You can have very, very different circuitry. You could be a manifesting generator, and I've seen this with just 2 defined centers, or you could be a manifesting generator with all 9 centers defined. So there is a lot of difference. This is what I said near the beginning of, like, if we're splitting 8 or 9 billion people, however many people we have on the planet now, into just 5 categories. Within each of those categories are going to be some pretty significant differences. So not only are you different from the generators and different from the manifestors, being a fusion of those two, you are going to be different to almost every other manifesting generator you ever meet. And even if you happen to be a twin and you are both manifesting generators, you're still going to have some subtle differences. So from here, I want to suggest some next steps. Step 1, if you are still fairly new to human design and you are a manifesting generator and you want to take a video course that's structured, that you can speed me up and have me at whatever pace you want to hear me speak, then I have put a link for a beginner's course in the video description. Option number 2 is that if you know you want me to look through your individual chart, knowing that you are different to all of these other manifesting generators, or you want me to be able to explain some of these subtle differences again between the generator and the manifester and you as a manifesting generator, this fusion, then Live Your Design coaching session in the video description is the one for you, a one-on-one private session. And that's where I can dig into your chart with you. That's the only way we can look at charts together. And otherwise, if you have listened to this and you're like, oh, well, that's good, Carolyn, but I'm struggling to implement it. I understand quite a lot now. Maybe you are somebody who can say, I understand quite a lot about being a manifesting generator, but I can't live it. I can't do it. I feel so stuck. I feel so blocked. I feel like I have all this power, all this light, but I can't let it out. It feels really scary and unsafe, and I feel really shut down. Then learning how to decondition is going to be the best use of your time and money and energy. I am now offering this in group classes for the first time ever. The only way to find out the details and the dates for those is by jumping on my email list, which I've also linked in the video description. If you are still listening and you obviously like the way that I teach, you are welcome to ask more questions about your whatever questions you might have about being a manifesting generator, or if you're another type and you're trying to understand Mani-Gens, then if you have a broad question where I don't need to see your human design chart, because obviously that's reserved for client sessions. It's very tricky to do through YouTube. So what I can do is, if you have a broad question that you know would make a good video for the community, then pop it in a comment and I will look to see whether or not it's something suitable for the channel. Bye for now.